Welcome to the Full Tactical Range by Range Systems. I'm Bo Dobozinski for Defensive Mindset Training, and this is your drill of the week. This week's drill of the week, I want to work through a problem that I see consistently in the firearms classes that I work every single week. The problem starts to be that when people go to engage their draw, two things will invariably happen as they start to go under stress unless they've been conditioned properly. Thing number one that'll happen is the firearm will come out, they will wing the gun out as fast as they can, and then the gun will come out and it'll be off alignment. And so they'll have to realign the sights and then engage the target downrange. The basic general gist here is the gun flies out into position, then it hangs out there for half to 3/4 of a second, sometimes more, before they finally actually get alignment and break their first shot downrange. The next problem is they'll get set up, they're under stress, the gun will wing out, but their actual head will be above the firearm. So you can see how I'm not in alignment with my sights whatsoever, and they'll start to break the shots. The general gist they'll say is, well, I kind of know where the bullets are going. Big problem with this one is twofold. Number one, if we're engaging with the firearm in the defense of our lives, I need bullets to hit something that counts. And reality is that's actually a very narrow window. That's about a half of an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, center mass, just beneath the collarbones to just beneath the sternum, or it's from the collarbones up to the hairline, or what we would call center of face, which means when the bullets go downrange, I need it to hit something that will actually do the job. Secondarily, defensively speaking, on the legal side, you need to account for every round that escapes the firearm, which means we need to make sure that when the round goes out, we know where it went and why we put it there. Both of these two areas have different problems. One is wasting time, one has no accuracy, which means it limits its effectiveness. How do we fix it? We fix it with position one of the draw. Now, when DMT teaches a draw, we teach it in 5 steps, and we teach it from what people know how to do: stand there, line the sights up, shoot the firearm, backwards to the holster. So rather than starting from here working up, we start from here and work back. The reason that we do that again is go from what you know to what you don't know. What ends up happening though for a lot of people is, okay, yeah, I can stand there, I can shoot it, I got it. And so they move on to the stuff that's really cool. Look, I'm rocking, oh, I'm drawing, isn't this great? And they neglect that position one. In shooting, you have what are called the 5 shooting fundamentals: stance, grip, sight, picture, trigger, press, and follow through. You will work on those 5 skills forever as someone who is running a firearm. The rules of safety, those 8 total things, I mean, there is your defensive handgun work for the rest of your life. That being the case, we don't want to neglect that position one. We want to work that position one because everything that we do is going to be based on how well we can pull that position one off. Here's the 2 drills that we're going to work. Position one is that last 6 or 8 inches of presentation from where I had the fireman's sight line to my full presentation position. So if I set myself up and go all the way to my perfect recoil management position, sights are aligned, finger in the trigger, slack is out. If I'm going to do position one, what I'm really going to do is imagine that there's a rod running through the barrel of the firearm and that this gun can slide backwards and forwards, keeping sight aligned the whole time. And that back and forth, that sight alignment back and forth, is my position one. What this allows me to do is 2 things. One, I can make micro adjustments to my sights and the firearm in alignment to my target as it moves out. 2, once I have sight alignment and that good push and pull that's happening with the primary and support hand, I can start to break shots, which means I don't have to wait for the gun to get all the way out to get my first shots on target. So from here, with that compressed position, slack out on the trigger, I'm going to be able to press out and break my shot before the firearm gets to the end. No wasting time, accurately engaging target downrange through the utilization of the sights. So drill number 1 is going to be just like that. We'll do a magazine of 5, and you'll set up from full presentation, compress the firearm, present out, break the shot before the firearm stops moving. Drill number 2 is just simply an extension of drill number 1. We're now going to do it from the draw. So setting yourself up, same thing with my target downrange, good body position. Everything is all set to go, nice and relaxed hands. Go through your draw motion and same deal. As soon as I've got that compressed position 1, to break the shot while the firearm is in motion. In fact, eventually try to work up to where you can do magazines of 9 and that you're breaking all 3 shots before the firearm has stopped traversing position 1. That means by the time the gun is all the way out, you've already gotten 3 rounds on target. It's not out and 3 rounds. It's bang, 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 I'm all the way out. This saves our time. We have accurate rounds on target, makes ourselves much more effective under a lethal force encounter. So let's give that one a try. Working position 1 and the shooting fundamentals and the rules of safety will be work that you will continue the entire time that you use a firearm for your personal security. Don't neglect them to go charging off to the cool stuff. You might learn how to do room clearing at low light with ninja rolls with reloads and malfunctions, but if you can't hit the target effectively, who cares about the rest of that stuff? Work the stuff that's important always, and then we can build in those other pieces as we would like. So work these 2 drills, work one in dry, work it in live, and we'll see you in the next drill of the week. Like what you saw? Subscribe to my YouTube channel and keep checking out the training blog for more tips and drills.